This week's podcast is brought to you by Toyota Untold. Toyota isn't just a car company, and the new podcast Toyota Untold isn't just about cars. It's about finding solutions, all right? In Toyota Untold, you hear behind-the-scenes stories about what drives the team members of Toyota and keeps them there for so long. From concept to production, you'll discover what goes into designing for the future. You can find Toyota Untold right now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you listen to podcasts. What up, y'all? It's DJ Envy.
And I am Gia Casey.
And this is another edition of the KC Crew.
Welcome.
Yes, welcome. Now, before we get into everything, I want to say, first and foremost, thank you guys for supporting us and our podcast, okay? The next live podcast is February 18th. And it's almost sold out. And we just want to say thank you guys. So please, if you haven't got your tickets, get your tickets right now. You can go to sonyhall.com or you can go to ticketmaster.com. This is our annual February podcast. Every February we do a live podcast and this is it. So we hope to see you guys. It's a Monday. We were going to do it on Valentine's, but we know a lot of the times that you guys want to go out on Valentine's. You're going to, have date night and there's things that you guys already did. So we're doing it on a Monday night. Get a babysitter, come on out. It's going to be a lot of fun. You know how we do with our podcast. So please come on out. It's going to be great food. Shout to the chef. He's Jamaican. So he always cooks up some nice Jamaican yachty, jerk chicken and white rice.
We don't sound like that, Bo.
I know, but
we definitely don't sound like that.
Anyway, but
and it'll make a great Valentine's Day gift.
Yes, it will.
Yes.
That's right. February 18th. Get your tickets right now at Ticketmaster.com or you could go to SonyHall.com. It's in New York City, so hopefully we get to see you guys. It's February 18th, our annual live podcast. So
you sure you don't want to throw another annual on there?
No.
So that they really get it?
No. They got it now.
All right.
They got it
Just
now.
want to make sure.
All right. So hopefully we get to see you guys. Now, I want to say happy birthday to my baby.
Thank you.
My birthday.
I feel like we're still celebrating.
Yeah, we are, kind of.
Yes, you gave me a gift that keeps on giving, so I'm very happy.
Well, not only that. I mean, we really haven't celebrated, like I said, because we were in Atlanta for Super Bowl, and we didn't really get to celebrate the way I would want it to celebrate. I mean, we celebrated all weekend.
Yes.
But I wanted to celebrate a little bigger,
It was perfect. Stop it. It was perfect.
Oh, so I don't have to do nothing else?
No, you don't have to do anything.
No, I'm going to do something else anyway. But
I'm easily satisfied when it comes to you.
So for the people that don't know, I surprised Gia with 40 gifts for her birthday. And I did that because I just wanted to do something special, something that she will always remember, and that's what I wanted to do. And I wanted to make it very special. Now, first, we're not going to go through all the gifts because I actually have video and surprising
we're
her.
not going to go through the gifts.
So I'm not going to go through the gifts. But what I will do is I will say that, she really wanted a dog for Christmas.
If you guys follow me on Instagram, you would see that on one of the 12 days, Rashawn gave me 2 purses.
Correct.
And one of the purses was a white, fuzzy purse. And he knew that I was asking for a little Maltese. I wanted a little Maltese.
Correct.
I was shopping one day and I saw this girl with this itty bitty, teeny tiny little white dog and I fell in love with it.
Right.
I'm like, oh my gosh, what kind of dog is that? And we had a little conversation. So I came home and I told Rashawn all about it. And he gave me the what TF face.
Correct.
Like, since when do you want a dog? Because, we have 5 kids and to care for something that small that has to go with you damn near everywhere. He's like, where would you find time? It's going to be a novelty for you. You're going to be into it for about 2 weeks and then you're going to be over it.
Right.
So when he gave me this little fuzzy purse, he told me that I can carry that around and pretend that it was a dog. So I was like, wow, sounds like a little white dog is a dub for Christmas.
Absolutely. And it was a dub for Christmas. And that wasn't the reason why. The reason why is I really had to do my homework. And I didn't know finding a dog was so difficult. And finding a dog like that. And, we've owned German Shepherds. We've owned Pomeranians before.
We had a Pekingese once.
We've owned a bunch of dogs. And they weren't hard to find. Finding breeders weren't hard to find. But this was something a little different, all right? They're called micro. And they're called micro because they can weigh anywhere from 1 pound to
2 pounds.
2.5 pounds.
Yeah, 1 to 2.5 pounds.
And these dogs are very, very small. They are so small they look fake. They look like teddy bears. They just don't look like they exist. So I was really looking for a dog.
Well, the right dog.
The right dog. I mean, not even the right dog. I was just looking for a dog because these dogs are hard to find.
Well, the dog that I saw that day wasn't a micro. That dog was a toy. So that dog might have been, I don't know, 6 or 7 pounds. And I still thought that it was small. But when I started Google searching and looking around to see if I were to get a dog, what kind of dog would I want? I wanted a micro. I wanted like the tiniest dog that you could humanly purchase.
Right.
And they are very difficult. They're not bred often. Too many breeders don't carry them. They're very, very difficult to find.
Yeah, very difficult to find. So, I'll just give you a quick, I guess, my mission of finding this dog. Okay, well, first, I was looking for the dog and I was just putting feelers out there because I really wasn't familiar with what a micro was. And, you know, when you Google, and sometimes when you Google things, it's good and it's bad because they tell you things that are right, they tell you things that are wrong, and then they tell you things in the middle. So you really don't know what to listen to. So when I first Googled it, it said that these micro dogs only live for 2 years. That's they said.
I saw some of that information too.
They said they only live for 2 years, and
because they're so small and underdeveloped, and
correct.
Some of the articles that I read kind of describe them as the runts in the group.
The runts of the group, the smallest ones, the ones that nobody want, and then they breed the runts and they get little runts. All right, so that's what they told me at first.
That's true that they said that they breed all of the runts to get more runts.
Right, correct.
And then it's a novelty for people that want tiny dogs.
And they only live 2 to 3 years.
So that was discouraging when I first read that.
Right. So when I first read that, I was like, why the hell would I pay all that money for a dog if it's going to die in 2 years? That's not even right. So then I started doing more homework, and then I would just put feelers out there on social media. See, Gia doesn't really check the Insta Snap, the Insta Story. So I can put something on Insta Story, she won't see it. So I'll be like, hey.
Did you do that?
Yeah. Does anybody know anything about micro dogs? And some people would hit me, oh, I have one, or I know, or this place or this place. So it was weird because...
You're right. I damn sure did not see any of that on your story.
I know you. So a place hit me and says, hey, we have micro dogs, and they had a bunch of pictures. So now this was around Christmas time. This was around the Christmas holiday. And I said, okay. So, the place where I checked it from, the guy said he was from Virginia. I said, okay. So I hit him. I said, hey, it says you're from Virginia. I said, do you have micro dogs? And he responded, yes, we have micro dogs. What's that noise?
That's her.
Oh, that's the dog. The dog is growling at me. Oh,
no, she's growling at her little chew toy.
I was like, what the hell is that noise? At first I thought I was breathing too hard. Then I thought you were breathing too hard. I thought the dog
I saw your eyes going everywhere.
I was like, what the hell is that noise?
Her right over there.
Okay. So anyway, the guy sent me a message that says, yes, we have micro dogs. He was like, we have anything that you need. All you have to do is send a deposit and we ship right to your house. So I said, okay. Do you have a shop? Where's your shop? He goes, yes, we have a shop. It's actually in New Jersey. He didn't know I was from New Jersey area. So I said, what's the name of the shop? So he sends me the name of the shop. And I said, all right. I said, well, let me take Gia and the kids in the car. So that way I could just take them to the shop and just see what they like and just get her opinion, because there still was going to be a surprise. So we get in the car. It's a nasty cold day. And we drive out to Trenton, New Jersey. It was about a 2-hour drive.
Hour and 45 minutes.
Hour 45-minute drive. Yeah. Now, this is what pissed me off so much. And this is a side story. When we went to drive out there, one of my vehicles was in the shop. So Mercedes gave me a loaner.
Right.
Now, the loaner that they gave me was messed up. Remember?
Yeah.
The wheel the wheel was about to come off. So the car was shaking like crazy.
Yeah.
If you could imagine somebody outside waiting at the bus stop and it's freezing cold outside and they shaking, that's how the car was shaking. And it was shook like that for 2 hours there and 2 hours back. All right. Didn't know what was wrong with it, but we were going to go check out this dog. So we drove out there. And when the
pictures he sent were the most beautiful pictures of a dog that you could imagine.
Right.
Oh, my goodness. They really did look fake.
Right. So we drove out there. We get out there. It's traffic. It's crazy. We had to jet to really get there. And I actually had to, there was a bunch of things that I had lined up that I had to cancel. You remember?
Yes, that day.
So we went out there, and when we get to the dog, now it was a shop. It was a dog shop. It was a pet shop.
Now, mind you, at this point, my interests had shifted from a Maltese to a Pomeranian.
Correct.
Okay, so go ahead.
So now we walk into the shop, and there's all these little dog kennels and, dog areas. And, we're walking through, we see like German Shepherds, we see Huskies, we see, what's the long
that little
dog?
one? Oh, the little wieners.
We see a wiener.
We see terriers. We see Yorkies.
All types of dogs.
We see that dog that you like.
Pug?
I don't like. No, I think it's, is it a French Bulldog?
French Bulldog.
We see French Bulldogs.
We see all types of dogs. I'm like, but they are bigger dogs. These are like 4-pound dogs, 5-pound dogs, 8-pound dogs, 12-pound dogs, 15-pound dogs. I'm like, Gia's like, where's your small dogs?
Where's that little cute white puff dog with the blue eyes that we saw in the picture?
And the guy says, we don't carry those type of dogs, sir. We don't have that. And Gia was like, no, my husband spoke to somebody that works here, and they just sent the picture.
Like 2 hours ago.
And he was like, no, people do that. He was like, people actually...
No, actually what he said is, that's a scam.
Yeah, that's a scam.
That's a scam. Those are his words exactly. That is a scam.
He said, you got scammed. And I was like, motherfucker. But I was really pissed off.
He said, let me guess. They sent you some pictures of some really beautiful dogs, told you to send a deposit, and then they would put the dog on a flight and you could meet the dog at the airport.
Correct.
And Rashawn said, exactly. He said, yeah, that's a scam. When you asked him for an address and a name of a shop, he couldn't tell you that one didn't exist. So then he just had to give you something to throw you off. And Rashawn said that just happened to be in New Jersey, where I'm from. He said, yeah, that's where he took an L. You could have been from any of the 50 states and you just happened to be the one. And he's like, I bet you when you call him back, he won't pick up. Your number's probably blocked. Rashawn went to call him back. Number blocked.
Number blocked.
Complete
right?
Scam.
I wasn't that mad because we had a family trip, but I was pissed the fuck off because all I could think about was,
what if we got into an accident?
If I crashed and one of my kids died or my wife died.
Wow, that's
all
extreme.
Because,
that's very extreme.
No, it's serious.
All
because
but that was extreme. When you said it that night, it was a little extreme.
All because this motherfucker scammed me. He made me drive 2 hours, and then if somebody would have died, I would have had to chase him. I'd have had to find him and kill him.
You couldn't have just had like a broken leg or a rib or something.
No.
Go for the full
had to go to the
Monty,
extreme.
Right?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So I was pretty pissed off. So I was like, this motherfucker. So I was like, all right. So that I'm glad that happened because now it made me extra nervous. And now, like I said, it was a surprise for Gia's birthday. So I was like, I have to do this on my own. So then I just started Googling, checking out reviews and, looking at where celebrities bought their dogs and making sure it was right and where other people bought their dogs. So then I found a place in Florida. I found two places, a place in Florida and a place, three places actually. A place in Florida, a place in Texas, and a place in South Korea.
Okay.
So Florida was first. I called Florida. I spoke to them. They said I can actually come pick up the dog, which made me very comfortable because you had to actually go there to pick up the dog. So now I felt comfortable. Then they asked for a deposit. I gave a little deposit, but I gave the deposit on American Express. And let me explain something about American Express. If you don't own American Express, get an American Express. And the reason being is if there's ever a problem with anything that you buy, American Express will stop payment to the person and make sure that you are covered. If there's any fraud, any scam, anything like that, they will make sure they cover the customer all the time. So I put a deposit on this dog. Then I started reading the reviews of the place. And the reviews, I showed Gia the reviews after. The reviews were like, I bought a 1.5 pound dog. And then when I got home, the dog was this size. And it was this much of a problem. And this much of a problem. It was a bunch of problems. So that place made me a little like, ooh, maybe not.
Well, basically what they were saying about that place when I read the reviews was that because let me explain. When it comes to small dogs, the smallest dog is a micro. Then it goes to teacup, and there are different sizes in teacup. Small teacup, large teacup. Then it goes to toy. Small toy, large toy. The smaller the dog, the more rare and the more expensive the dog. So what a lot of pet stores, breeders, what have you, what they do is, for instance, in this case, the reviews said that I went in, they told me that this dog was, say, 3 months at 1.5 pounds. I asked them for a scale. They didn't have a puppy scale in the store. I buy the dog. I take the dog home. The dog is 2.5 pounds instead,
Right.
which means that when the dog is full grown, it is going to be larger than the expectation based on the weight of the dog on the purchase day.
Correct.
So a lot of people that are selling dogs, especially when it comes to the small breed dogs, they'll claim that the dogs are smaller than they actually are. And you don't find out until you get it home or until you take it to the vet. But a lot of them have a no refund policy, no coverage, no insurance. There's no type of recourse. So basically you're just stuck with the dog.
Absolutely.
There are so many scams.
A lot of scams for these
so
dogs.
many scams involved.
Then I checked the Texas place, and I feel bad because I spoke to a lot of these people for hours at a time because I asked so many different questions. And the Texas place was lovely lady, spoke to her, but what she had compared to what she wanted with the pictures, like I know Gia wanted a very small dog. She wanted a toy dog that she could keep in her pocketbook. She can, pet, and it could be like her little baby. That's what she wanted. And these dogs just seemed like a little bigger than what Gia wanted. Then I spoke to the lady from Korea. Now, when I spoke to the lady from Korea,
But what happened with the person in Florida? So you gave the deposit,
yeah,
and then you were going to fly
to Florida,
to get the dog. And then what happened? You read the reviews?
I read the reviews and I canceled that. I said,
and
I
then American Express,
they
canceled the deposit.
Correct.
Okay.
So then was the Korea. Korea. So now with Korea, I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous as shit. I was like, I'm gonna give my money to somebody who has a dog in Korea. I'm like, this shit just don't even sound right. Now, when I spoke to the lady, she's like a middle person. Not a middleman, but a middle woman.
I think that she owns the business and she gets the dogs from the breeder in Korea. So it's her American business.
But the dogs come from Korea.
But the dogs come from Korea. So she herself doesn't breed the dogs. She has a breeder that's in Korea that she gets the dogs from.
Yeah, she's a middle person because she doesn't even see the dogs. She's
the middle person between us and the breeder, but Correct. It's her business. So she's the point person.
It's his business, and she's kind of like she's the salesperson. That's exactly what it is. It's like the salesperson because she never sees the dog. She never meets us. She's just the in-between person. So you can see that's what it is because she's never seen the dog.
I guess she's both because it's her business.
Not really.
It is. It's her business.
It's the guy's business out in Korea.
No, it's her. He probably has his own business where he may sell the dogs himself in Korea, but that is actually her business. The name of the business, that is hers.
Okay.
That's like if you're a Honda dealer, right? You have your dealership here in New York City, but the cars might be made in Michigan.
Right. But the difference is, at least when you have your Honda dealership, you can see the car, you can test the car, you can drive the car, you meet the person that comes in to see the car and test drives the car. So that's more of a business. She is just a middle person that says, okay, you want a white dog? I'll find you a white dog. What size do you want?
She's like the Honda dealership with no Hondas. And she'll tell you about the Honda, but if you're going to order it, it's coming from Michigan.
She's the middle person. That's what she is.
You know what, baby? It doesn't matter.
She's Fashion Nova. You know why?
What?
Yeah, because...
What just happened?
Because Fashion Nova, you don't really, anyway, never mind. So they just send the clothes. There's no store to try it anyway.
Right, but that's still, okay, because that's an online business. You don't get to see it or try it on.
Okay, all right.
But you order it, but you can't be like, that's not Fashion Nova's business. That's the whoever manufactured the clothes business. No, it's Fashion Nova's business.
Okay, anywho.
Hold on, right or wrong?
Yeah, you're right.
Just because you can't see it and try it on doesn't mean that you can't say, well, Fashion Nova is the middleman between us and the manufacturer, right?
I get what you're saying.
Okay.
I get what you're saying.
We just had a completely worthless debate. I just want to let you know.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Go ahead.
But anyway, with Korea. So now I'm nervous as shit. And the reason I'm nervous as shit is because you got to pay the dog in full. And these dogs are expensive. They're not no little, they cost money. All right.
It's not like from a pet store.
Right. Correct. Yeah. These dogs are very expensive. So you have to pay the dog in full. And then you kind of got to just hope that this lady's being true and being honest.
And then you have to pay for a nanny to bring the dog from Korea to the States.
Mm-hmm. So what I had to do was I found the right dog that I wanted, and the reviews with the lady was really, really good. The reviews were very, very good. The only thing that people said was that she wasn't the nicest person to talk to on the phone. And I'm fine with that. And I was fine with that. And the reason I was fine with that is because I know people have businesses, and I know sometimes when people have businesses, it's a little difficult. But with these type of dogs, like, she was talking with me on the phone for an hour. Mm-hmm. And I know she probably does that all day long. And I could imagine talking to people and people like, all right, peace, never buy a dog. So it must get frustrating, but it is her business. So I can see her having an attitude at times. It happens. Cool. But that was the only complaint. There was no complaint about the dogs. Did she have an attitude
with you?
No, she didn't have an attitude with me. But there was no complaint with the dogs. There was no complaint with the animals. They were all healthy. People got what they wanted. It was not really a problem. So I said, cool. So just talking to her, I felt I trusted her and I felt comfortable. So I decided that was the place I was going to get the dog. So I purchased the dog, and now we had to wait. Had to wait like 2 weeks. Now, not only do you purchase the dog, and another reason I liked it, I'm going way off topic, but another reason I liked it is she makes you buy insurance for the dog.
I'm sorry, hold on. Come in.
Yeah. This is Irma. Yeah,
hey, Irma.
Can you just open the garage? He's here to wash the cars. Yeah, he had to wash the Escalade, and let him wash your car too, Irma, please. Thank you. All right. We have a guy come in here to wash the car. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
But anyway, she requires you to buy insurance for the dog. Just in case anything happens, the dog is covered and you're covered. Because a lot of times when people buy these dogs, they might not have money. And if the dog gets sick and needs help, they can't afford it and the dog dies. So that just told me that she really cares about the dog.
Well, especially because the smaller the dog, the higher risk it is at for hypoglycemia.
Correct.
So their sugar balance can be off if they don't eat often enough. So these little dogs have to eat every 3 to 4 hours.
Correct.
Except during the nighttime when they're asleep.
Absolutely.
Because if not, they can go into shock and it can cost them their lives.
Right. So these dogs they're very, very fragile. Now, the good thing about this dog, since it's been here, she's been amazing. Like, she has just as much energy as Chuck Norris, our big dog. like almost too much energy. Like, she goes, she plays with the kids play with her, the kids love her. Like, I thought she was going to be like this little petite, fragile thing
But she is petite and fragile. Have you felt her bones?
Absolutely. But do you see how she gets busy? Like, she doesn't give a fuck.
But the only thing is that we have to be very careful with her. Like, she is beyond small.
Correct.
Like, when I was looking at these little dogs, like, they seemed small and fake, like the ones that you could buy from Toys R Us. Mm-hmm. But to see her in person, and in person, she looks much smaller, even in the pictures. Like,
right.
It's insane. She cannot jump off the bed.
No.
If she jumps off the bed,
suicide.
She'll be committing suicide.
Yeah,
it'll be a dub for her.
Absolutely.
Like, she can't go down the stairs.
Right.
If she tumbles, forget about it.
Rhapsody.
It's a wrap. Her bones are so frail. She's so small. And the whole thing about, breeding runts of a group, that's a myth.
Right.
It's that it can take 5 generations to get the right dog. Mm-hmm. And that's why they're so expensive.
Right.
They do breed the smaller dogs, but they're not the runts of the group.
Not at all.
What are you doing?
I was trying to get her to bark.
He's blowing in her face right now so you guys could hear her. She's not going to bark at you. Rashawn, leave her.
She's looking at me like, what are you doing, stupid?
What are you doing?
All right, anyway.
I'm looking at you the same way. Like, leave her alone.
She's really looking at me like...
She only growls like if you put a sock in there and she wrestles the sock.
Or if you play with her and then you take her out, then,
yes.
she'll...
So I'm looking at her right now. So to give you an idea, she is maybe the size of... maybe 1.5 times the size of a dollar bill. That's how tiny she is.
Yeah, she's very, very
right
small.
now, she's only 1.5 pounds, and her projected weight should be between 2.25 pounds.
Right.
So she's super small, and she's a Pomeranian, micro pom.
Yeah, very beautiful
looking at
dog.
her right now. You sweet little baby. Yes.
So to close it out, the dog had to fly here from Korea. It took about 2 weeks. It flew into Chicago. And then in Chicago, it stayed in Chicago for 3-4 days. It seen a vet in Chicago. And then from there, it flew to Newark where we picked her up, and Gia was in the car. Had no idea why we were going to the airport. And I love Gia because she don't ask questions. I'm like, babe, I got to go to the airport to pick up something. She didn't say, what you got to pick up? She was just like, okay, let's ride. And then, I picked her up. The handler brought her to me, and I met the handler. And I surprised Gia with this little dog.
Yeah, she's so sweet.
And I bought Gia a little cute dog carrier from Louis Vuitton and one from MCM so that she could carry the dog around. And so now we have an extended
she's the
member
gift
of our
that
family.
keeps on giving. You could have forgot about the other 39.
Really?
She was the one.
I got receipts.
No, she's the one. She's actually what I wanted. I didn't really want anything in particular for my birthday. Like, I wanted a little dog. That's all that I actually wanted. I love everything that you surprised me with, but she is what made me like super happy.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Well, now I want to get into the podcast a little bit. All right. Now, what I want to do is I want to do an exercise. And if you're a couple out there, I want to do an exercise with you guys as well. Now, the exercise I want to do is, if you don't mind, is I want you to get a pen, baby.
You want me to get a pen?
Yeah. Here you go. Here, take this pen, right?
Okay.
Now, this exercise I want you to do with your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. I did it already. So
with what spouse or girlfriend?
No, I just did my side of it already.
Oh.
What if spouse or girlfriend? Gia was like, I wasn't involved.
I'm about to sick my little dog on you.
Okay. Now, what I want you guys to do is write spheres.
Wait, what? Hold on. Do you know what you just gave me? I don't think this is what you meant to give me.
Oh, that was Logan's report card?
Yeah, you just threw me Logan's report card. Wrong sheet.
Oh, that's my answers. Here. So you got to write it on this envelope here.
Wait, so...
Just write spheres. SPHERES. Write it down.
You're not going to give me anything to lean on?
No, come on.
We're laying on the bed. What am I going to get? Go get me something to lean on.
Yeah, this is so unprofessional.
Yes, very. This is your idea. I had no knowledge of this.
Okay. Right. SPHERES. Now, this comes from Mike.
Hold on. Close together or?
No, down. Just make it down. SPHERES.
From top to bottom.
Yes, ma'am. And
call me ma'am.
Yeah. Now, this comes from Mike Bayer. We did this exercise. He's a life coach. He's been on Dr. Oz. He's been on Dr. Phil. All right, you wrote it down? I need you to hold your mic too, baby.
This is hard to do at the same time. We don't have stationary mics. I actually hold my mic.
Right. Okay.
Spheres. Okay.
Now, from 1 to 10, I want you to, we're going to talk about your social life. So rate how you feel your social life is from 1 to 10.
Right now? You want me to rate it?
Write it next to the S.
You're giving bad directions. You just told me to rate it. I don't know, out loud.
Rate it from 1 to 10.
So then you would say from next to the S, write how you rate your social life. So just life with friends?
Your friends and everything. And just don't tell me what it is.
No, but wait. Let me just make sure I understand. How I feel about it or how it is on like the normal scale?
How you feel about it. Your social life with your friends and, and how you feel. Just write a number 1 to 10. Don't tell me what it is.
Okay.
And I want you guys to do it too.
Next to the S.
Next to the S. Now, the next one is your personal life. Now, write how you feel your personal life is from 1 to 10.
Personal life meaning like with you?
Yes, with me.
Or with my family, because that's personal.
Both. Yeah,
Okay,
write it down. I want you guys to write it down too.
You have your list? Where's your list?
I got mine already.
Okay.
H is health. So write down what your health is from 1 to 10.
Okay.
All right. Your education. Your education. Education meaning what you learned, what you are learning, how you're evolving in life. That's education.
Okay.
Next, write your relationships. Your relationships with everything around you, with all that you're doing.
My relationships with everything around me. My relationship with this cover. What are you doing?
I had to look at mine and make sure it was staying. Your relationships with people you work with, the people you see all the time.
Everyone. Oh, okay, with people around you. Okay. Hold on, let me think about that. Okay.
The next one is your employment. How you feel at work, or the things.
What if
that
you're not employed?
You are employed. You motherfucker. You do a podcast, motherfucker. You got 5 kids, motherfucker. You move things around in this house. Your employment. How you feel about your employment?
Okay.
All right, and the last is your spiritual development life, how you feel about, your spiritual as far as that. Okay. So you got yours. All right. So now we're going to go through them and we're going to discuss them right fast. So now your social life. What do you have for your social?
An 8.
Now, why do you have that as 8? And this is an exercise just so that you and your spouse or you and your boyfriend or girlfriend can talk about and then work on it. All right. So why do you think your social is an 8?
I think that my social life is an 8 because I'm content with my social life, but I feel as though my friends would like if I went out more and did more with them, but I'm not able to because of our kids and because of you and because of the fact that I prioritize my family over my friendships. So I don't have that much time to spend on the phone or to go out to dinners and lunches and the clubs on the weekends and things like that. But I'm content with the balance between family and friends. So because I think that my friends would hope for a little bit more from me, I gave it an 8.
All right. I gave myself an 8 as well.
Why?
I have a small circle of friends and a small network that I speak to. I think I can go. I think I should call my friends more often. I don't, so I gave myself an 8. I'm thinking about what you said. I think your social should be more like a 5.
My social should be more like a 5.
Yours should be more like a 5.
Why?
Because you are the queen of procrastinating and not wanting to go out. Your friends could have a dinner, and if something happens, like if the baby gets sick, you look for you be like, look, the baby's sick, I'm not going out.
Oh, hold on.
What?
Are you insinuating that I look for a reason not to go out?
I do. Yes. Yes.
You're just going to say that?
Yes, you do.
You think I look for reasons not to go out with my friends?
Yes. You do look for reasons not to go out because I think you get excited to go out. And then when it gets to the moment, you're like, I really don't feel like going out. I just want to stay in bed and watch television. That's how you are.
Stay in bed and watch television?
Yes. That's how you are.
That's what you think of me?
Yes.
I love my friends.
Okay.
Is that disbelief in your voice?
You do love your friends, but I'm just telling you what I think your social is. You said 8, but that's okay. I think it's more like a 6, maybe 5.5. But
hold on. So let me ask you then, why is yours an 8? You don't like going out with your friends either.
But at least I do. I do go out with my friends.
You go out with your friends because you're working.
But I still go out.
And your friends are there. It's not because you choose to.
But I still go out.
If you had the choice between staying home with your family and going out to a bar to watch a fight, to watch a game, to go hang with your friends, you would stay home 10 out of 10 times. So your social should be a 0. Because you would have 0 social life if it was up to you.
No, but I have a social life.
Because you work and you work in a social environment and your friends go and enjoy the time with you. That's not your choice. Right. So yours is an 8 by default.
Okay, so both of our socials are a lot lower than we said. Right, so 5 and 5. See this conversation? It's really helping. All right, now, let's go to personal.
Now wait, how did you describe personal again?
Personal is your let me see.
You said personal life?
Yeah, your personal. Let me see what he put. Personal. Yeah, your personal life with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or whatever.
And
it is,
family.
Your spouse.
Okay, I put that as a 10.
Okay, why?
Because I'm freaking happy.
Okay.
Because I love my husband. I love my kids. Every day I wake up, honestly, saying to myself, "Thank you, God." For my life. Thank you for my ability to live and breathe and to enjoy everything and everyone that you put around me. I am so happy. I could not ask for more.
Okay.
Except this other baby that we're working on.
Okay.
But aside from that, I'm so happy and I'm so content.
All right. I put mine as an 8.
Should I take that personally?
No. Yeah. You should. You should.
Okay. Explain.
I put mine as an 8 because I feel like we've gotten a lot closer, but I'm still not 100% there yet.
There with what?
Okay. Gia and I, if you listen, we have a relationship where we talk about everything. And even though we do talk about everything, sometimes I have to ask myself, do I want to walk down this road before we have a conversation?
Ooh, like what? Like what?
Like for instance, let's say on a Breakfast Club somebody called or let's say somebody came and they were talking about cheating or whatever it may be. Before I wouldn't even bring it to you, I'm like, I'm not even talking about it because I don't want that drama in my house. I don't want it to be like, well, so I didn't even want to do it.
You don't want it to drum up any old feelings or questions.
So I got over that. But still, I'm not 100% with it. I'm still don't bust in the door like, babe, guess who was on the show? We had a conversation about this. What do you think? I'm still not there yet. I'm more like, babe, guess who came? So and I think I have to work on that more.
You think that you still have some work to do.
Exactly, when it comes to that. You know, like this.
That takes off a whole 2 points?
Yes, because it gives me something to build towards. Like, I'm just not, like, we freely talk about everything, and I love that. But sometimes I freely don't start it because I don't want to go down that argument road. And even though we haven't gone down that argument road, but it's just how I feel at times.
But I don't know why you experience that trepidation, because I don't put that on you.
You don't, but
like, it's never a problem.
For any man that's listening and they ever go through something, they never want to go back to that spot. They never want to go back to that position.
You don't think the women that have cheated feel that way as well? I'm sure they do too.
Well, probably do. I don't know. I'm only speaking for me. I'm a man. But, you never want to go back down that
Repping
road.
your gender.
Yeah. You never want to go back down that road. So it's like you make a right, you make a left. You don't want to go straight sometimes. So I have to work on that.
2 points though?
Yeah. That's
in your personal life?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Well, now
that's heavy. That's a heavy 2 points just because there's something that you don't talk about as freely.
I mean, but I should be. And I think if I did, I think that would make it a 10.
Okay, so that's the reason why 2 points were taken off. So why the 8 points that are added on? Why do you give it an 8?
I give it an 8 because I love our relationship. We talk about everything. We communicate everything. I was talking to Madison in the car yesterday. Me and Madison was cruising around, and she was like, and I was just asking about, her different friends and how her friends' parents are, and they telling me that sometimes they argue and they do this and that. So what do you think about your parents? It was like, yeah. It was like, no, Madison was like, I love you guys' relationship. She was like, you guys argue. She was like, but when you argue, it's about small stuff. She was like, it's about bullshit. She didn't say bullshit, but she was like, it's about small stuff. She was like, you guys will argue over you watch $1 Million Listing without me, and it's not serious.
Yeah.
She was like,
that actually happened the other day. She came in. Yeah, I get it. She was like, I'm so glad that these are the things that you guys argue about.
Right. She was like, you guys will argue about something small, like who is whatever. She was like, that's not real. Like, it's you argue and then it's over and then y'all just keep moving. She was like, it's nothing serious. And I was like,
yeah, it's like play argument. Irma said that to me the other day. She came in and she was telling me a story about something, and she was like, it's incredible that you and your husband don't argue. And I said, I mean, we don't always agree, but we don't have knockdown, drag out fights because we've mastered the ability of the middle line and communication and respect.
Right.
Like we have respect for each other. So you're not going to hear us yelling and screaming and cursing each other out and belittling one another. If we disagree about something, we talk about it and we kind of gauge each other's point of view and perspective. And then, we come to a middle ground and then we move on.
Right.
If there's something wrong, we apologize for it. Whoever's wrong, and then we move on.
Right. Yeah, but that was pretty much what I argued. But that's why I say personal is 8.
Okay, all right.
Now let's go to health.
Okay.
What's your health?
My health is a 9.
That's bullshit, but go ahead.
My health is a friggin' 9, Rashawn.
Why you say 9?
I'm friggin' healthy. What do you mean, why is it a 9?
See?
I have no health issues.
See, that's where you're wrong. My health is an 8. I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to tell you why your health should be a motherfucking 5.
Hold on. You know what? See, I don't want to play this game anymore.
No, it's not.
Now my health should be a 5?
I'm going to tell you why.
A 5?
I'm going to tell you why.
Now I'm not healthy?
I'm going to tell you why.
I'm healthy as hell. What are you talking about?
I'm going to tell you why. When's the last time you worked out?
See, that doesn't mean I'm not healthy.
It's all in health. Answer my question. When is the last time you worked out?
That doesn't mean I'm not healthy. My insides are right, baby.
When is the last time you worked out? When is the last time you worked out?
I don't know. Stop quizzing me.
All right. Exactly. You don't know. Now let me ask you another question. When is the last time you had fast food?
Why all these questions?
Answer the question.
Why are you all in my business?
Answer the question. When is the last time you had fast food?
It's funny that you asked me that. Because I had fast food yesterday.
Okay.
But hold on. Before that, I haven't had it since the new year.
I just asked you when is the last time you said
And it was
yesterday.
a little cheeseburgery poo.
Okay.
And that was it.
Processed food.
I didn't have french fries or anything.
Now, when is the last time you drank a soda?
Listen. You
Answer
get too personal. You get too
the
personal.
question.
You get too personal.
When is the last time you drank a soda?
I had a soda 2 actually yesterday.
Okay, all right. That's what I asked. So last.
So now not working out, fast food, and sodas make you an unhealthy person?
Yes, motherfucker. Yes.
No, it doesn't. I'm healthy. My doctor says I'm good.
Yes, motherfucker. Yes. Let me ask you another question. When's the last time you took vitamins?
I take vitamins every day.
Okay. When's the last time you got 7 hours of sleep?
I get 7 hours of sleep damn near every day.
Okay.
I'm good.
So you eat fast food, you drink soda.
I don't see when you say I drink soda
and you don't work out.
Everybody knows my struggle with sodas. I've been trying to give up soda for the longest. I have successfully given up dark soda. So my favorite, Coke, I don't drink that anymore. I reward myself with a ginger ale every now and again. Okay. All right. Like if I'm having a good meal.
So what do you drink?
Like a steak and some mac and cheese and some green beans. I'm going to have me a good old ginger ale.
That's unhealthy. Steak, because you put extra seasoning and a lot of butter on it, so that's not healthy. Macaroni and cheese.
I feel like I'm being judged now.
I'm not judging you. I'm just helping you with your health thing.
Judge me about my eating habits.
So let's go to the next one.
Hold on. You asked me what I drink. I drink cranberry juice.
And Arizona iced tea that got more sugar in it than any soda that you drink.
And sweet tea.
That has more
sweet tea.
That has,
like Gold Peak.
That has way more sugar in it than a lot of the sodas you drink.
Is it Gold Peak that
yes, Gold Peak.
Yeah. So how do you know that has more sugar? You read the label?
Yes, I did read the label.
You're a dirty liar. I don't believe you.
I did read
You're
the
just
label.
saying stuff to say. I don't believe you at all. You didn't read anything.
Okay, so you look at your health as 9.
My health is a 9, Rashawn.
Okay. All right.
I'm healthy. I could run up a friggin' flight of stairs and not be winded anymore.
Okay. All right, now
I have energy.
Okay.
I feel like I gotta convince you.
Yeah,
I want you to say, baby, you're healthy.
Okay. I'm not. We're just doing this, baby. I'm sorry. Just going through it. Now let's talk about education.
Wait. What'd you say your health was, an 8?
Mine is an 8.
Why is yours an 8? How are we gonna just bleep all over my health and then skip over your health?
Because you said 9. At least I eat healthier than you do. I work out.
Hold on. Okay. Let's go in. Mm-hmm. When's the last time you had fast food?
What do you consider fast food?
Chick-fil-A is given to you fast, isn't it?
Chick-fil-A is
friggin' fast food.
It's not processed chicken.
Is it fast food, Rashawn?
What do you consider fast food? Like
food that they give to you fast.
Like defined
food that you could buy in the mall.
Define fast food.
Because you were in the mall and you definitely bought some Chick-fil-A because you brought some home for everybody.
So
just answer the question. Just tell me, when was the last time you had Chick-fil-A? That's all you need to do.
The last time?
Yes, the last
Monday.
Okay. Now look me in the eye. When's the last time that you had soda? Go ahead. I see you wanting to lie. I know when the last time you had soda was. Go ahead.
Yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. When's the last time you worked out? Wait for it.
It's been about 2 weeks.
What? It haven't been no damn 2 weeks. I haven't seen Richie in at least 6 weeks.
2 weeks. Richie's coming tomorrow.
Exactly. So what do you have it as?
8.
So what should it be? If mine's a 5, yours should be a 4.
No, 6.
Okay?
I'm 1 over you because at least I worked out.
Because at least if we play fight, I'm going to win.
No, you're not.
About a minute and a half through, you're like...
All right, let's go to the next one. Come on, let's go to the next one.
How quickly you want to skip over it.
Education and evolve, right?
Education and evolve?
Yes, I'd say when it comes to evolve, what is yours?
Well, go ahead. Why you interrupt what you were saying to ask me what mine is?
Mine is a 10.
Get the
what?
Y'all, hold on a minute. Let me just
What?
Let me just refer to the audience right quick. Y'all, can y'all just make that face right now when my husband just said that his education and evolve is a 10?
My evolution.
You said that just to make people laugh. I know you said that just to make people laugh.
Let me ask you a question.
What's the real number?
I swear it's a 10.
Don't bring God into this.
I said I
don't
swear.
start swearing and bring God because I need to get away from you because lightning's about to strike.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Am I the man that I was 5 years ago?
No, you are not.
I'm a totally different person in a good way, correct?
Yes.
So I have evolved.
You have evolved.
And I'm a 10.
What about you just going to skip over the whole education part?
What?
Okay.
And then when
you can be a 10 as soon as you know the difference between there and there in your captions.
When I talk education, I don't mean education like that. I mean education as far as...
What other kind of education do you mean?
No, as far as things that you are learning about. And when it comes to education, I gave myself a 9. I gave the evolution part a 10 and the education
part a 9?
Yes, correct. Because I am when it comes to my education, I desire and I look to learn more. A year ago, I knew nothing. I ain't saying nothing, but I knew very little about real estate.
Okay.
Now, my real estate meter is up there a lot higher because I desire to learn. I've done my homework. I've Googled, I've read, I've sat, and I've experienced because of that. So my education is a lot higher. Same thing with automobiles and car shows and podcasts and a lot of the things that I'm interested in. My education level has shot up because those are the things that I'm interested in, and those are the things that I want to learn more about. So because of that, I put it 9. This is not general education.
Okay.
Now, what about you?
I put a 9.
Why?
Because I always seek to learn more about the world around me, whether it be people, things, topics, politics, whatever. I'm always seeking to further my knowledge.
Okay.
Like, I'm the type of person, if I hear a word that I don't know what it means, or if I find myself using a word and I'm not completely sure about what it means, or I have an idea, I'll stop and Google it.
Okay.
And read it just so that I can have that knowledge, whether I'll ever use the word again or not. I like to know. I'm a detail-oriented person, so I like to acquire knowledge.
Okay. Today's episode is brought to you by Lisa. Resolve to rest this new year. A quality night's sleep helps you recover from distractions faster, prevents burnout, and makes better decisions. Improve your memory and overall makes fewer mistakes. Now, I have a couple of Lisa mattresses. I own one at the station, so when I do parties and I gotta go back and take a quick nap, I knock right out. And also, we have them here. My kids sleep on them, and so do we. I love Lisa mattresses. And not only that, when it comes to deliver them, they're easy to deliver. Come in a box, you open it up, and it pops right out. All right. Now, start 2019 well rested. Get $160 off a Lisa mattress at lisa.com/KCCrew and use promo code KCCrew at checkout. That's LEESA.com/KCCrew, promo code KCCrew. Now, let's go to relationships.
Okay. So that's relationships with people around us?
Yes, I did it as
family.
Your relationships, yes, with people around you.
Okay.
Now, if you guys read the book, it is different. You know, this game is loosely based off of his stuff because I don't know exactly. I never read it. I didn't read his book.
What's the name of what book?
The name of his book is The Best Self. Life Coach. He's the author of Best Self, Be You, Only Better. But we did this game on a Breakfast Club. His name is Mike Bayer. Mike,
hey, spell it.
MikeBayer. He's been on Dr. Oz, Dr. Phil.
Okay.
He does this a lot. Relationships. Now, I put relationships as an 8 for myself. Now, what about you?
I put an 8 as well.
Why?
Because I think that I have great relationships with everyone that's in my life. My friends, my family, acquaintances. It's very important to me to have good relationships, and I like to keep everything on an even keel where when people leave your presence, they feel better than when they met you to begin with. Okay. So my relationships are important to me.
I have my relationships as an 8. It should be maybe a 7. I don't have great relationships because I don't value people like I should. And when I mean value, I'm explaining.
Sounds crazy.
I know it sounds crazy.
I know what you mean, but I'm telling you that it sounds crazy. Meaning, so you do have to explain.
I'm not good at staying in touch and continuously reaching out,
communicating,
and having those, conversations and communicating with people. I'm just bad at that. I'm the type, I can, like, for instance, Michael Rubin, who plays for the 76ers, who owns the 76ers, right? I could have a great conversation with him on the air, and then I can see him at a party in All-Star. We have a great conversation, talk about reform and talk about some of the things that he's done. And it just end like that because I won't reach back out and he's busy. Most people would reach back out to people and be like, hey, how's it going? How you doing? This, that, and the other. And I just don't do that with anybody. And I have to learn to start doing that more. I feel like I don't want to be a pest. I feel like I don't want to act like I'm sweating somebody. I feel like maybe they're busy doing me. I'm busy doing me. Maybe they're busy doing them and I'm busy doing me. I just don't do that. A lot of people around me do that and I just don't.
But I'm not going to lie. I kind of agree with your take on it.
But that's not good. That's not a good way to think. Like, that's how you spark interest and spark friends and get different ideas.
But are you interested in more friendships? Because Rashawn, I know, isn't necessarily interested in more friendships.
Absolutely.
Because you can barely take on the friendships that you have.
Right. But I also feel like friends that can push you in a better direction is always a great friend.
Kind of like what we talked about during the last podcast,
right.
You know, the company that you keep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
And it's not financially. It's just who can help you become a better person, whether it's a better husband, a better
just surrounding yourself with good people.
Father. Yeah, surrounding yourself with good people. So when you find somebody that is that good piece that pushes you to be better, yes, you should be in communication with that person and talk to them. And I don't do that well.
Okay.
All right. Now 10 is employment. I have my employment as 10.
You said 10 is.
I mean, the next step is employment. I meant E. I have it as a 10 because I love my job. I mean, I tell everybody all the time, if I didn't get
your
paid,
employment is a 20.
It is.
Your employment is a 20.
I love all my jobs. I love doing this podcast with you. I love doing parties and shows. I love doing the real estate stuff. I love doing the car show stuff. I love talking on the Breakfast Club. I enjoy it. So for me, it's a 10. Like, I really enjoy it. I would do it for free. Like, I just love doing it. And I love talking to people. I really, really love it. What about you?
I have employment as a 9 because of, you know, the businesses that I'm a part of and that I contribute to. Things that we do business-wise that I head up, this podcast, and my employed role as a mom.
Right. And why only 9? 1 out of 10?
Because I think that there's always room for improvement.
Oh, okay. All right.
There's always room to grow and to be better and do better. Learn more, take on new ventures, more entrepreneurial opportunities. So.
Okay. And lastly, spiritual. What do you have your spiritual as?
A 9.
9. Why 9?
Because I love me some God. Because since God has played, well, let me take that back. He's always played a great role in my life, and I'm speaking selfishly. But I haven't always been aware of that role that God was playing in my life. Until I would say 6 years ago, I didn't give him or her the acknowledgement and the respect that was deserved. I didn't have an understanding. I wasn't able to communicate because I didn't necessarily understand what communicating with God looked like and felt like, but more importantly, felt like.
Right.
I wasn't aware. I wasn't knowledgeable. I didn't take the time. I didn't understand the importance. I didn't understand the power behind the relationship with God. And since I've been given the privilege to understand,
right,
I can't stop the blessings from rolling in.
Right.
Now I feel like I have a very personal relationship. When I lay down in bed or when I'm driving or, you know, when I'm running errands and I pray, because I pray several times a day, I really feel as though I'm talking to my friend, to my father, to someone that loves me,
right,
and that will take care of me. And it's very honest and it's very true and it's very pure and it's very open. And I feel those things. Like, I'm saying those words, but more importantly, I feel those things.
Right.
And I trust and I know that my prayers will be answered. Even if it's with a no, I know that he's hearing me. And I know that he's going to consider what it is that I'm asking and respond appropriately.
Right.
And I know when he's responding.
Absolutely.
And I think that's why, in part, I'm such a happy person, because I know that whatever is happening for me is for me.
Right.
I know that it is what is supposed to be happening. So there's a certain comfort that is involved with that. I know that there are no mistakes going on in my life. If I miss a turn, I know that maybe it was to avoid an accident or to set my day off in a direction that it should not be in. I know that every step, every decision, every conversation, every moment is a part of the plan towards something that is supposed to be. So because of all of that, my spirituality is so heightened, and I just feel good all the time. Like even when something negative happens, I look at it as an opportunity to learn something. I look at it as wisdom. I look at it as an experience. I look at it as a way to empathize with someone that might have gone through the same thing. So no matter what happens, good or bad, I'm taking so much of it with me. Before, I had none of that. I was so poor. Before and didn't even know it. Even when I thought life was great and I might have had everything laying at my feet, I had no idea what I was missing out on in life, but having God and having that understanding, having that relationship, having that love, it just makes everything okay, good, bad, or in between. So that's why I give it a 9. Obviously not a 10, because there's always room for spiritual growth. And also that relationship made me want to throw away everything that was negative about me. All the negative thoughts that I used to have, ways that I would entertain where negativity or engaging in something negative would maybe increase my life or my situation for that time being. This new knowledge, this new relationship, it just, or newer knowledge or relationship, it makes me just want to cast all of those things out. Now I see the world as beautiful. I see people as beautiful. I'm a more forgiving person. I'm a more giving person. So, but there's always time to grow.
Okay.
So I do want to continue to grow. So that's why it's a 9. Okay. What about you?
I have it as a 10.
No growth for you.
No. The reason why is, I agree with you that there's always a reason for, there's always, room
Why
to grow.
are you looking at me like that?
No, there's always the room to grow, but I always look at where I was 5 years ago, and then I look at where we're at now, and I just know that my relationship with God is like no other. I can call him, I call upon him every day, all the time. We have conversations, and I just say thank you, and I ask for advice, and we just talk about so many different things. And I wasn't there before, so now that I'm there, I just feel good about life, and I feel great about it, and I will continue to work and continue to have conversations and continue to be better. But that's why I gave it a 10, because I just know where I was 5 years ago, and I know where I'm at now.
Okay.
This week's episode is also brought to you by Every Plate. Experience full plates and fuller wallets with Every Plate, America's best value meal kit. Every Plate dinners are the cheaper, healthier alternative to takeout or delivery. Other dinner options cost around $10 per serving, but Every Plate offers 5 chef-designed recipes each week from only $4.99 per serving. Now, one meal at $4.99 is like the price of a coffee cup. Right? A cup of coffee. Now, for 6 free meals across your first 3 weeks and free shipping on your first delivery, go to everyplate.com and enter code KCCrew6. All right, this offer equates to 1/3 off of each of your first 3 boxes when you go to everyplate.com and enter code KCCrew6. Now, when this comes, it makes me feel and look like a chef. When I prepare these meals for Gia, she really thinks a chef cooked it, and it's really only me. So again, go to everyplate.com and enter code KCCrew6. Toyota isn't just a car company, and the new podcast, Toyota Untold, isn't just about cars. It's about mobility. It's about helping people move physically, socially, and emotionally. It's about respect for people and continuous improvement. In Toyota Untold, you'll hear behind-the-scenes stories about how a son's love for his mother led to Toyota's unlikely origin as an automated loom company. Why and how a Toyota Tundra was used to a tow space shuttle through the streets of L.A. You can find Toyota Untold right now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you listen to podcasts. Check it out, Toyota Untold. All right, and that's that's pretty much it. That's. I mean, we're over an hour right now, but that's where I wanted to be. I just wanted to play this little fun game. I thought it would be cool and fun.
This is cool. Yeah, I did like it.
And hopefully you guys can play it with your spouse and talk about it and just have that conversation. As you see, it just opens up different things that it goes on in your life that you guys can have conversations. Maybe you argue about it. Maybe you just want to have a little fun like we did. And I didn't tell Gia about it. I just said, as you can see, I just said, write spheres and do this. And I just think that was a great way to do it. I also want to say, don't forget, our live podcast is February 18th. Make sure you get your tickets. It will sell out. The tickets are almost gone. Can't wait to see you guys. You can get it at Ticketmaster and SonyHall.com. So definitely get your tickets. February 18th, our annual live podcast. There's still some tickets available. So hopefully you get your tickets. And I want to shout out to your friends too. Some of your closest friends. Like I said, Gia and I went to All-Star Super Bowl this weekend during her birthday, and your friends were calling me like crazy, trying to set up a birthday dinner, trying to set up a birthday surprise, and I really couldn't give much information because, the way that our schedule is crazy. We're running around and they planned an amazing, I'll let you explain what they did. But before that, I just want to shout out to a couple people as well. I want to shout out to Natina. And I want to shout out to Jeezy. If you're ever in Atlanta, Jeezy owns part of a restaurant called American Cut. And we had a great birthday dinner there for Gia's birthday. Shout to Natina, shout to Jeezy. Thank you for
hosting us.
Yes. We appreciate it. It was just real close. Shout to Rashid and Sasha. They were there. My manager, June, Aunt, my driver, his girlfriend,
Carolina,
and somebody else was there, and Coke was there. And we just had a great dinner, great conversation. That's one thing I would say about Atlanta this weekend. We just had a lot of fun, a lot of great conversation. Yeah. Shout to BQE. Now, BQE was...
Oh my gosh. Listen, go ahead.
BQE is shout to DJ Mono too. DJ Mono is the person that taught me how to DJ. He hosted us this weekend as well. He took us to a restaurant that he was DJing. It's called BQE. Now it's
like a restaurant lounge / club.
Right, I wouldn't say a club, a lounge club, I guess you could say.
Kind of, it had definitely had a club vibe to me.
So we went there and shout to the owners of BQE who just pretty much gave us a table and they just said pretty much,
Order what you want.
We're
taking care of you tonight.
We'll take care of it tonight. Not even order what you want. We're going to tell you what you're going to like. And they gave us a shitload of food.
Listen.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. And listen, we don't have anything to do with this restaurant or anything. We just went and had a good time. And we like to share. If you're in Atlanta, go grab a bite to eat at this place. The food was incredible. It was special. A lot of the things that I had there, I've had at other places. I've never had it like at this restaurant. There was French toast that
was it banana cinnamon?
It was there's a name. It has a specific name, like banana Foster. It was banana Foster French toast. I don't like bananas that aren't like just peeled and nice and firm, but I've never had French toast like this in my life.
Yes,
it was excellent. 10 out of 10, like across the board. They had red velvet waffles with fried chicken. I didn't have the fried chicken, but I had the red velvet waffles.
Amazing.
They had a pumpkin cheesecake that they brought out for my birthday. If you like pumpkin pie, you will love this pumpkin cheesecake.
I don't like pumpkin pie, but I love that cheesecake.
I'm surprised that you even ate it because I know that you don't eat sweet potato or pumpkin or anything like that. Anything.
What else did they have?
I'm gonna tell y'all what we had, because when I ordered, everybody at the table was looking at me like, yep, typical Gia. I also had catfish over grits. Now, mind you, I don't like grits. I know everybody's giving me the side eye right now because I know a lot of you love grits. I don't like grits. I didn't like them since I was a kid and my grandmother used to make them. This was the only dish with grits that I have ever liked. The catfish was fried. It had a sauce over it and over the grits. And I vacuumed that entire plate. The food was so good that I ate past satisfaction. Like I was forcing food into my body because it was that good. Yeah. They had another dish that was crab cakes over eggs. The eggs were scrambled with cheese. They were so light and fluffy. I thought they were going to float off of the off of the plate.
It was amazing,
delicious.
The half and half sweet tea and lemonade was.
It was
great.
better than Chick-fil-A's, and Chick-fil-A makes bomb half and half iced tea lemonade. Like, and theirs was even better. What else did we have?
I don't remember. We just it was everything. But I just want to say shout to the owners of BQE.
Shout to the chef.
Shout to the chef. Shout to the owner.
Oh my goodness.
Shout to my man DJ Mona who taught me how to DJ, who brought me there, and shout to Rashida. Rashida was the girl that was helping us.
Oh, the waitress?
The waitress.
Oh, yes.
Shout to Rashida.
Aww.
And let me tell you how good the food was. So we ate there, on Saturday.
Oh, hold on.
What?
The mac and cheese.
The mac and cheese was amazing.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I ordered a skillet of mac and cheese, and then I ordered another skillet to take with us when we left. Our room didn't have a microwave, and I ate it cold.
Yeah, you did it.
Later on.
You did eat it
That's
cold.
how good it was.
But let me explain to you guys. So that was Saturday. So Sunday, we had a night party. I didn't have anything to do in the day. And I was like, yeah, where do you want to go? Do you want to go to some shishi fufu restaurant? Where do you want to go? She was like, I want to go back to BQE. I was like, but babe, they have a day party and I'm not getting paid. They're having another party there. And she was like, I don't care. Call them. Let's see if we can get a table because I want BQE.
Yes.
And we went back to BQE Sunday and we watched the game there.
Yes.
We ate such an amazing place. So thank you guys
but the food, let me tell you, the food is special.
Very special.
It's those items that we ordered, the mac and cheese, the catfish, the French toast, the eggs, the crab cake, the waffles and chicken. Like, it was really great.
Absolutely.
So, dropping some knowledge for y'all.
Now, I was talking about your friends, who planned your party. So shout to Ingrid, shout to Benz, shout to Dia, who popped up from Orlando and surprised you.
Yes.
Shout to who else was
Carolina was there.
Carolina. Shout to Shireen, Pro Style's wife, and shout to Charisma.
Shout to Charisma.
Charisma had a full marching band. Out there for you, performing for your birthday.
Oh my God. These girls are like my sisters. Charisma is, I can't even put it into words. She is that friend that will pick lint off of my clothes. She'll fix my hair if it's out of place. If it's raining, she's the first to whip out an umbrella and be like, here, Gia.
Right.
She always shows up. She always supports me, even when I don't know that I need support. She's always there. And for my birthday, she wanted to do something special. And the night before, my little sis Ingrid, who planned a whole evening of festivities and surprises, we went out to eat. She had a hotel suite for me. She had it all decorated with balloons and little gifts and things of that nature. She had one of my other close, near, dear friends that I haven't seen in so long, named Gia, fly from Florida to the celebration, and we spent the whole night together. Like I said, we went out to eat, then we went to a club, then we got back to the hotel. We stayed up all night with girl talk, and there was cupcakes and drinks and everything. We just had like a whole pajama party, which I miss, hanging out with your girls and just talking bleep all night. We did that. Charisma couldn't make it because Charisma was working.
Correct.
So when we woke up in the morning, we're like, oh yeah, we're hungry. Oh, what's open right now? All right, you know what? Ingrid said, I'm going to arrange brunch. So she came back to the room and she's like, you know what? I arranged brunch, but we have to go in about 30 minutes. We have to be downstairs. Now, I'd never stayed at the W Hotel in the city. So I didn't know what she meant by brunch downstairs. I didn't know if it was in the hotel or around the corner, but I was like, all right, well, I need like an hour. Like, let me take a shower. Let me get ready. She's like, no, just throw on a hoodie, throw on whatever. So I threw on whatever, went downstairs where I was greeted by a marching band, it was a group of kids, drums,
right.
Girls dancing, blow horns, a whole routine, just this wonderful display of love that Charisma arranged for me and that the rest of the group was in on. It was spectacular and it made me feel very special. Yeah. My friends made me feel very, very, very special for my birthday. So I just want to send a huge shout out and tons of love to those girls that really put me first that day. I appreciate you guys.
Oh, all right. And shout to Will. Will Friends couldn't make it because she got a little sick. So shout to Will Friends as well.
Yes. You know what, baby? What's the name of the marching band? I just want to shout them out. They're just a talented group of kids, and they would get together after school and practice their craft, and they've performed for different celebrities. They've performed at the Nets games. I know that the day after my birthday, they were going to Florida.
BK United, MB. BK, Brooklyn United Music and Art. So you can follow them at BK United MB. Brooklyn United. So shout to Brooklyn United.
Yes, they were amazing. I mean, that really warmed my heart to see these kids doing something that they love and consistently improving their craft and then garnering success and then traveling. They were going to LA the next day and I don't know what they were performing for, but you know, they have a little dream and then they watch it come to fruition and then continually grow and grow and grow. So just when I walked out, it really brought tears to my eyes.
Absolutely.
It was such a display of love and appreciation. So again, thank you, girls. I love you.
Well, shout to them. And we will see you guys next week. It's time to get up out of here.
Yes.
All right. I'm DJ Envy.
And I am Gia Casey.
And that was another edition of the Casey Crew.
Toodles.